control, cage, upset, sensible, confused, training, suspiciously. Here we're going to understand the plot, problem, and solution. We're also, that's a main thing. And that's what happened in the story. We're also going to think about the characters and the setting. Remember where the setting is where it takes place. And we are going to infer or predict certain things, think about what could possibly happen. All living things change as they grow. When most living things are born, they are different than when they are grown. Think about how people change. A baby looks and acts differently than a child. A child looks and acts differently than an adult. The changes that happen as a living thing grows are called its life cycle. You will read about how Lewis's pet grows in The Mysterious Tadpole. And I also want you to think about the life cycle of a person. Write a sentence that tells you how you would have changed since you were a baby. It'll tell you how you have changed since you were a baby. Discuss your sentences with a partner or someone in your house, or just think about it. Then also share it with somebody if you can, or write it on a piece of paper. We are going to read a fantasy story. Is a fantasy real? Is a fantasy nonfiction? No, it's a fiction story. We don't know if it's real. It's a fantasy. Fantasy is a story that could not happen at all. It just could not. As you read, look for events that could not really happen and characters that are not found in real life. Stephen Kellogg is the author and illustrator. More than 25 years ago, Stephen Kellogg first wrote and illustrated The Mysterious Tadpole. Then, for the book's big anniversary, he published a new version with different illustrations and words. The new version is the one you are about to read. The Mysterious Tadpole. That loony old man. Cats? Cats wouldn't be on rocks. Or are those rocks? I don't know what that old man is up to. I guess we'll find out. How do some animals change as they grow? Greetings, nephew, cried Lois's uncle, McAllister. I've brought a wee bit of Scotland for your birthday. Thanks, said Lois. Look, Mom and Dad, it's a tadpole. Lois named him Alphonse and promised to take very good care of him. If he's a good boy, then he will take care of his tadpole. That might happen in real life. Lois took Alphonse to school for a show and tell. Class, here we have a splendid example of a tadpole, explained Miss Shelbert. Let's ask Lois to bring it back every week so we can watch it become a frog. Miss Shelbert was amazed to see how quickly Alphonse grew. Maybe it's because he only eats cheeseburgers, said Lois. When Alphonse became too big for his jar, Lois moved him to the kitchen sink. He's the perfect pet, said Lois. That's the teacher thinking it's a tadpole. Hold on. That's not a regular tadpole. How could that possibly happen in real life? That can't happen at all. You can't play soccer with a tadpole. Lois and Alphonse loved to play games. Be careful, Lois, said his mother. The living room is not a soccer field. Something is going to get broken. And she was right. That same day, the soccer ball slammed into Aunt Tabitha's antique lamp. This tadpole is out of control, said Lois's mother. Something must be done. It won't happen again, promised Lois. I'll take Alphonse to obedience school. I wonder if obedience school will help that creature of his, because I can't call that an animal anymore. I can't call that a pet. It's way too big to be a pet. I'll just call that a strange creature. The only animals at the obedience school were dogs. Some of their owners stared at Alphonse suspiciously. No wonder he doesn't look like a dog. Pretend you're a dog, whispered Lois. Alphonse tried to bark, but it sounded like a burp. I wonder if he'll pull it off. Hold on a minute, said the trainer. What kind of dog is this? He's a hairless spotted water spaniel from Scotland, explained Lois. Wow, he has a good imagination to say that he's that. Hey, looks like Alphonse won. Alphonse quickly learned to sit, stay, and retrieve. He graduated at the top of his class. Ah, he must have been a pretty good pet. My parents will be very pleased, said Lois. Yikes. Who's that in the shower? I'd be scared if a creature was in the shower with me. Oh, hold on. Hamburgers? You don't feed that to pets. That is unreal. But Lois's parents were not pleased when Alphonse outgrew the sink and he had to be moved to the bathtub. This shower is too crowded, complained Lois's father. This bathroom is a mess, moaned Lois's mother. Uh-oh, I think they're going to kick that pet out real quick. At least Lois's classmates enjoyed Alphonse, who was still making weekly visits. Wow! Show and tell is more fun than recess, they yelled. But one day Mrs. Shelbert decided that Alphonse was not turning into an ordinary frog. She asked Lois to stop bringing him to school. He was a little too dangerous, I guess. What in the world? That's a huge bet. How could he be sticking his head out the window like that? How do the illustrations give you clues that Alphonse is not a tadpole? Well, duh. By the time summer vacation arrived, Alphonse had outgrown the bathtub. We could buy a parking lot next door and build him a swimming pool, suggested Lois. Be sensible, declared Lois's parents. Swimming pools are expensive. We're sorry, Lois, but the situation has become impossible. Tomorrow you'll have to take your tadpole to the zoo. But I can't put my friend in a cage, cried Lois. Will he take him to the zoo? Lois is thinking about everything quite well and thinking about some new things with what to do with Alphonse. He even suggested buying a swimming pool, but who has the money for that? That's some expensive stuff. That night, Lois was very sad until he remembered that the gym in the nearby high school had a swimming pool. I mean, he's a good thinker. Lois hid Alphonse under a carpet and smuggled him inside. Nobody uses this place during the summer, whispered Lois. You'll be safe here. After making sure that Alphonse felt at home, Lois said goodbye. I'll be back tomorrow with a big pile of cheeseburgers, he promised. What's going to happen? He's in a swimming pool. What do you mean nobody uses a swimming pool during summertime? That must be crazy. And now he's throwing weights in there? What in the world? Oh, remember he learned how to play fetch in obedience school. Maybe that's what they're doing. Lois came every afternoon to play with Alphonse. In the mornings, he earned the money for the cheeseburgers by delivering newspapers. The training continued as well. Lois would say, Alphonse, retrieve! And Alphonse would succeed every time. Oh, retrieve and fetch are similar words. They have the same meaning. As summer vacation passed, Lois became more and more worried about what would happen to Alphonse when the high school kids returned. Uh-oh, high school's coming back. They're going to be surprised if they see that beast in there. After his first day of classes, Lois ran to the high school and found the gym bustling with activity. The swim team was heading for the pool. Uh-oh, that's not a good idea. Look at that coach. He looks kind of mean. Does that remind you of somebody? Stop! Cried Lois. On your mark, bellowed the coach. Get set! Excuse me, sir, said Lois. Go! Roared the coach. Oh, well, Lois doesn't look like he's trying to eat them. He's trying to play with them, but everyone's scared. Who wouldn't be scared? That beastly thing came creeping out, lurking out of the deep water. Alphonse rose to the surface to welcome the swimmers. It's a submarine from another planet, shrieked the coach. Call the police! Call the Navy! No, it's only a tadpole, said Lois. He's my pet. The coach was upset and confused. You have until tomorrow, he cried, to get that creature out of the pool. I wonder what'll happen next. That person's also scared. But hold on, there's a purse right there. Again, he's very helpful. Lois telephoned his friend, Miss Severs, the librarian, and asked for her help. I'll be right there, she said. Miss Severs rushed to meet Lois at the high school. When she saw Alphonse, she was so startled that she dropped her purse into the water. "Retrieve!" said Lois, and Alphonse did. "Where did this astounding animal come from?" cried Miss Evers. "He was a birthday gift from my uncle," Lois replied. "Ooh, looks like she's making a call. I wonder who is she calling? Is she calling the SPCA? Yikes, hopefully not. Hold on. That's Uncle McAllister with all his weird-looking cats. That's one weird-looking uncle. Huh, maybe they're talking. How do they know each other? Cool." Miss Severs telephoned Uncle McAllister. "Oh, the wee tadpole," he said. "Why, he came from the lake nearby. It's the one folks call Loch Ness." "Brace yourself, Lois," Miss Severs said. "I believe your uncle found the Loch Ness monster." "I don't care," cried Lois. "Alphonse is my friend, and I love him." He pleaded with Miss Severs to help him raise enough money to buy the parking lot so he could build a big swimming pool for Alphonse. "How's he gonna get all that money?" Maybe she'll help him. Hold on. What are they thinking of here? Beavers? A ship? They must be using their imagination. A pirate ship sinking? What? Suddenly, Miss Severs had an idea. "Long ago, a pirate ship sank in the harbor," she said. "No one has ever been able to find it or its treasure chest, but perhaps we can." Who's going to go deep sea diving? Not her. Hold on. Looks like they have a real good plan. Alphonse to the rescue. He's going to go fetch. Retrieve. The next morning they drove to the harbor and rented a boat. "This is a treasure chest," cried Lois. "Retrieve!" Alphonse disappeared under the water and returned with the chest. It was filled with golden jewels. "Let's buy the parking lot and get to work," cried Miss Severs. Well, I guess they found the money. Going deep sea diving. Alphonse to the rescue again. They're building it. Who would have thought of that? Lois's parents were shocked to see a construction crew in the parking lot. "Lois!" they cried. "What in the world is going on here?" "Alphonse found a pirate treasure ship," explained Lois, "and we used part of our gold to buy you this present." Oh, he even saved up some money to buy them a gift. What could it be? Could that possibly happen? Could there be a pet like this? I don't know, maybe. Lois's parents were shocked once again. "Tickets for a vacation cruise to Hawaii?" they gasped. "And," said Lois, "you don't have to worry about us because Granny has agreed to babysit." They hugged Lois. They kissed Alphonse. "How soon can we leave?" they cried. "Immediately," said Lois. "I guess they're off on a cruise and now they can do whatever they want to." Imagine that. What in the world happened here? It's an egg. By the time Lois's parents returned, the swimming pool was being enjoyed by everyone in the city. A week later, Lois said, "Alphonse, tomorrow is my birthday, which means that you've been my best friend for a whole year." A whole year? Wow. Well, in the beginning of the story, it was his birthday. Now it's his birthday again. I guess it's the end of the story. The next day, Uncle McAllister arrived for the party. "Greetings, Lois, my lad," he exclaimed. "I have come with a curious stone from the hills of Scotland. Happy birthday." Curious stone. I wonder what's going on right there. "Wow, thanks," said Lois. Suddenly the stone began to tremble and crack. Uh-oh, another one of his surprises. How's the problem with Alphonse solved? What problem might the new birthday gift cause? Imagine how many problems did Alphonse cause. They kept on moving him and moving him and moving him until Alphonse came to the rescue.